Hey, English learners! Welcome back to Mindful English Lessons, the place where we learn English and find inner peace. I'm Marco.
And I'm Catherine. Marco, can I tell you something that happens to our listeners all the time?
Oh, of course. What is it?
It's the simple question paralysis. You know the feeling. Someone asks you, in English, "So, how was your day?" And you know what they do? They freeze. They literally open their mouth and nothing comes out.
Oh, absolutely. I understand that feeling perfectly. You know, I once tried learning French, and when someone asked me a simple question, I went completely blank. It's embarrassing, even when you know the words.
Exactly. And that's exactly why today's episode is so important. Because here's the truth. Your daily life is packed with English opportunities, and being able to describe your day isn't just practice, it's the most practical conversation skill you'll ever need.
Sound good? Then let's dive in.
Okay, so before we walk through the day, let's talk about why this matters.
Right, because when you meet someone, at work, at a party, on a plane, the most common question is, "How's your day going?" Or "What did you do today?"
Exactly. And here's the thing. You don't need fancy vocabulary. You don't need perfect grammar. You just need to know how to describe the simple, everyday things you already do.
Yes, and when you practice this, you're building what we call your conversational toolkit. It's like having a set of ready-made sentences in your pocket.
So, when someone asks, you don't freeze. You just pull out those sentences and boom, you're having a conversation.
All right, so let's start from the very beginning, the moment your day begins.
For most of us, the day starts with one thing. The alarm.
Oh, the alarm, that horrible sound. For me, it goes off at 6:30 a.m. And my first thought is always, no, please, just 5 more minutes.
Same. Mine goes off at 6:45, and I hit snooze every single time.
But eventually, I sit up in bed, stretch my arms and say, "Okay, Catherine, let's do this."
And notice the English here. My alarm goes off. Not rings, though that's okay too, but goes off is more natural.
Then comes the bathroom routine. I brush my teeth, wash my face, and take a shower.
Yes, the shower. That's my favorite part. The warm water just wakes me up. It's like pressing a reset button.
Exactly. And in English, we say, I take a shower, not make a shower or do a shower. We take a shower.
After the shower, it's time for breakfast. For me, it's usually something simple. Toast with butter, maybe some eggs, and of course, coffee.
Ah, coffee. My best friend in the morning. I can't function without it.
Me too. And see, listeners, this is where your English becomes real. You can say, I eat toast. I drink coffee. I have eggs for breakfast.
Simple sentences. But when you put them together, you're already telling a story.
And after breakfast, it's time to get ready. I put on my clothes, check my bag, wallet, phone, keys, and then I head out the door.
Same here. I get dressed, do a quick mirror check, and pack my bag. And I always double-check my keys because once I locked myself out.
Oh no.
Yes, it was so embarrassing. Since then, I always check.
And that's the morning routine. Simple, right? Now let's talk about the next part, getting to work.
Ah, the commute. That little journey from home to work. For me, it's by bus. I take the bus every day.
And for me, I drive. I have a car, so I drive myself.
Oh, Mr. VIP with his car.
VIP? No way. Driving is stressful. Traffic jams, honking, trying to find parking. It's a nightmare.
Okay, true. But the bus isn't paradise either. Sometimes it's so crowded, I have to stand the whole way. I'm holding the rail, swaying left and right, half asleep.
That's hilarious. But see, this is great English practice. You can say, I take the bus. I drive to work. The bus is crowded. Traffic is bad.
Exactly. And whether your commute is 10 minutes or an hour, you can describe it in simple English.
All right, so after the commute, we finally arrive at work.
Okay, so full disclosure, Marco and I both work as software engineers.
Yes, we spend a lot of time with computers, writing code, fixing bugs, and sometimes scratching our heads when things don't work.
A lot of head scratching, but it's fun too. We solve problems, build things, work with great people.
And the funny part? We work at the same company. That's actually how we became friends.
Yep, besties at work, besties on the mic.
So my workday usually starts like this. I sit at my desk, open my laptop, and the first thing I see is emails.
The emails. They never end.
Right? I always think, okay, Marco, don't panic. Just take them one at a time.
After emails, I check my tasks for the day. Sometimes it's writing code, sometimes it's fixing bugs, sometimes it's meetings.
And here's the thing. Whether you're working or studying, you can describe this part in simple English. I open my laptop. I check my emails. I write code. Or I write notes if you're a student. I join a meeting.
Exactly. If you're a student, you can say, I go to class. I listen to the teacher. I take notes. I talk with friends.
See? Same structure, different context.
And then comes the best part of the workday, lunch.
Oh yes, finally. Around 1 p.m., I usually eat with my colleagues. Sometimes I bring food from home, sometimes we order together.
Lunch feels like a mini vacation in the middle of the day. For me, it's usually something light, rice and vegetables or a sandwich.
And I always drink lots of water because if I don't, I feel sleepy later.
Same. And after eating, I like to take a short walk, just 5 or 10 minutes outside. It helps me refresh.
That's a great habit. Sometimes I just sit and chat with coworkers. We laugh, share small stories, and then I feel ready to go back.
And you can describe this easily. I eat lunch. I drink water. I take a walk. I talk with friends.
Simple words, but powerful when you use them every day.
Then it's back to work. More tasks, more emails, sometimes more meetings.
Some days feel heavy, but when I finish something important, I feel proud.
Yes, that feeling when you can say, I finished my work. I did something good today.
And then, finally, the workday ends.
That moment when you close your laptop and say, yes, it's over.
Best feeling ever. You stand up, stretch your back, and feel free.
Then comes the trip home, the second commute of the day. Sometimes the bus is still crowded, but at least I know I'm heading home.
Same. Driving home can be tough with traffic, but I play music and it helps me relax.
And when I reach home, the first thing I do is eat.
Of course. Of course.
I usually have dinner with my family. Rice, chicken, salad, something simple. But it's not just about food. It's about connection. We sit together, talk, share our day. It feels warm.
Yes, I love that. For me, after dinner, I take a shower again. It makes me feel fresh and helps me unwind.
Same here. And then the evening is for hobbies. Sometimes I read, sometimes I watch TV, sometimes I study a little Spain.
For me, I might call a friend, listen to music, or record this podcast.
Yes, evenings are when our second job begins, sharing stories with all of you.
And see, listeners, this part is so easy to describe. I eat dinner. I spend time with my family. I take a shower. I watch TV. I read a book.
Daily life, daily English. Simple sentences that build confidence and fluency.
And then comes the last part of the day, the night.
Oh, the best part. I finally feel ready to rest.
For me, the night starts with brushing my teeth again. Then I change into comfortable clothes, pajamas.
Yes, pajama time. Sometimes I scroll on my phone for a little while, but not too long, otherwise I can't sleep.
I know that problem. I tell myself, just 5 minutes, and suddenly it's 30 minutes.
Exactly. But usually I like to end the day with something peaceful, maybe reading a few pages of a book or listening to soft music.
I like to reflect a little. Just thinking, what did I do today? What can I do better tomorrow? It makes me feel calm inside.
That's beautiful. And then finally, I close my eyes and sleep, usually around 11.
Same here. And notice how simple this is to say. I brush my teeth. I change clothes. I read a book. I go to bed. I sleep at 11.
See? Talking about your day in English doesn't need big, complicated words. Just daily actions, step by step.
And when you practice this every day, something amazing happens. You don't just learn English, you also start noticing your life more carefully.
Yes, you become more present, more aware, and that's powerful.
All right, so we've just walked through a complete day in English, from waking up to falling asleep.
And now it's time for the fun part. We're going to break down some of the key vocabulary and phrases you just heard.
But here's the thing. We're not just going to give you definitions. We're going to show you how these words feel, how they're used in real life, and how you can start using them today.
Exactly, because language isn't about memorizing words. It's about understanding them deeply and making them yours.
So, let's dive in.
The first phrase we want to highlight is, my alarm goes off.
Yes. Notice we don't say my alarm rings here. Well, we can, but goes off is more natural in modern English.
Right, and this is a phrasal verb. Go off means to start making noise, like an alarm, a bomb, or fireworks.
Here's how it feels. When your alarm goes off, it's sudden. It breaks the silence. It's that moment when you're peacefully sleeping and then beep, beep, beep.
Exactly. So you can say, my alarm goes off at 6:30. The alarm went off, but I didn't hear it. I set my alarm to go off at 7.
And notice the preposition, go off at a time, not in or on, at.
Great. Now let's talk about another important phrase. I take a shower.
Ah, this one confuses a lot of learners because in some languages, you might say, I make a shower or I do a shower.
But in English, we take a shower. We also take a bath, take a break, take a walk.
See the pattern? Take is often used with activities that involve time and self-care.
So you can say, I take a shower every morning. I took a long bath yesterday. Let's take a break.
And here's a bonus. In British English, they sometimes say have a shower instead of take a shower. Both are correct.
Good to know. All right, next one. I get dressed.
This is another phrasal verb. Get dressed means to put your clothes on.
And notice, we don't say I dress myself in everyday conversation. That sounds too formal or even strange.
Right. We say, I get dressed. I got dressed quickly. She's getting dressed upstairs.
And the opposite, I get undressed or I take off my clothes.
Exactly. Now, let's look at a word that came up when we talked about commuting. Crowded.
Ah, yes. This is such a useful adjective. Crowded describes a place that has too many people.
Like a bus, a train, a mall, or a concert. When you say it's crowded, you're saying there's no space. You feel squeezed.
Right. Here's how you can use it. The bus was so crowded this morning. I don't like crowded places. The mall is always crowded on weekends.
And here's a pro tip. If you want to say the opposite, you can say empty or quiet. The train was empty. The park was quiet and peaceful.
Love that. Okay, next phrase. I double check.
Ooh, this is a great one. Double check means to check something a second time to make sure it's correct or complete.
Like when I said, I double check my keys before I leave, because once I forgot them and locked myself out.
Exactly. You can use it in so many situations. Let me double check the time. I always double check my homework before I submit it. Can you double check if the door is locked?
It's about being careful and responsible.
Yes. And now, let's talk about one more phrase that's super common. I feel sleepy.
This came up when we talked about drinking water at lunch. If I don't drink water, I feel sleepy in the afternoon.
Right. And sleepy is an adjective that describes the feeling when you want to sleep. Your eyes are heavy, you're yawning.
Yes, it's different from tired. Tired means your body or mind is exhausted. Sleepy specifically means you want to sleep.
Good distinction. So, I feel sleepy after lunch. I want to sleep. I feel tired after work. I'm exhausted.
You can also say, I'm getting sleepy. This book makes me sleepy. Don't drive if you feel sleepy.
Perfect. All right. Those are some key phrases from today's episode. Now, let's move to the practice section.
Okay, now it's time for you to practice. We're going to ask you some questions, and we want you to answer them out loud, even if you're alone.
Yes. Don't be shy. Talking to yourself is one of the best ways to practice English.
Ready? Let's go. Question 1. What time does your alarm go off in the morning?
Think about it. Maybe it's 6 a.m., maybe 7:30. Maybe you don't use an alarm. Whatever it is, say it out loud.
Here's an example. My alarm goes off at 6:30 every morning.
Or, I don't use an alarm. I usually wake up naturally around 7.
Question 2. Do you take a shower in the morning or at night?
This is about your routine. When do you prefer to shower?
Example. I take a shower in the morning because it helps me wake up.
Or, I prefer to take a shower at night. It helps me relax before bed. Question 3. What do you usually eat for breakfast?
Think simple. Bread, eggs, cereal, coffee.
Example. I usually eat toast with butter and drink coffee.
Or, I skip breakfast. I just drink tea and eat a banana. Question 4. How do you get to work or school? Do you drive, take the bus, or walk?
This is about your commute. How do you travel?
Example. I take the bus to work. It takes about 30 minutes.
Or, I drive to school. It's only 10 minutes from my house. Question 5. What's your favorite part of the day and why?
This is a chance to share something personal. Morning, lunch, evening.
Example. My favorite part of the day is evening because I can relax and spend time with my family.
Or, I love mornings because everything feels fresh and quiet. Excellent work! If you answered even 1 or 2 of those questions, you're already practicing real English conversation.
And remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about being brave enough to speak.
Now, before we move to the final part of today's episode, let's take a moment to reflect on something deeper. You know, Catherine, as we were talking about our daily routines today, something struck me.
What's that?
We do these things every single day. Waking up, eating breakfast, going to work, coming home. But how often do we actually notice them?
That's a beautiful question. I think not very often. We're usually on autopilot.
Exactly. We rush through the morning, we scroll through our phones during breakfast, we think about tomorrow while we're eating dinner.
And before we know it, the day is over. And we don't even remember what we did.
Right. So here's an invitation for all of you listening today. Not a rule, not something you have to do, but just something to consider.
Yes, an invitation to slow down, even just a little bit.
What if tomorrow morning, when your alarm goes off, instead of immediately reaching for your phone, you just take one deep breath?
Just one breath, in and out. And maybe you notice, how does my body feel right now?
Maybe your body feels tired. Maybe it feels rested. Maybe you feel a little anxious about the day ahead. Whatever it is, just notice it. No judgment.
And when you're eating breakfast, what if you actually taste your coffee or your tea, not while watching TV or reading emails, but just tasting?
Feeling the warmth of the cup in your hands. Noticing the smell. Taking one sip and really experiencing it.
It sounds simple, but it's actually quite powerful. Because when we pay attention to these small moments, they become richer. They become real.
And here's something else I've been thinking about. When we describe our day in English, we're not just practicing language.
We're also practicing awareness. We're training ourselves to notice what we do, how we feel, what matters to us.
Yes, because when you say, I eat breakfast with my family, you're not just forming a sentence. You're acknowledging a moment of connection.
And when you say, I take a walk after lunch, you're recognizing that you give yourself time to breathe, to move, to reset.
These aren't just words. They're reflections of how you live.
So here's the deeper invitation. As you practice describing your day in English, maybe also ask yourself,
What kind of day am I creating? What do I want more of? What do I want less of?
maybe you notice, oh, I rush through breakfast every day. What if I woke up 10 minutes earlier and gave myself time to sit peacefully?
Or maybe, I always check my phone before bed, and then I can't sleep. What if tonight I read a book instead?
Small changes, small choices, but over time, they shape your entire life.
And you know what's beautiful? You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to change everything at once.
No, just one small moment, one conscious breath, one cup of coffee that you actually taste.
Because life isn't just about getting through the day. It's about being in the day.
Yes, being here, being present, being awake to your own life.
So, as we close today's episode, we want to leave you with this thought.
Your daily routine, the things you do every single day, they're not just habits, they're opportunities.
Opportunities to practice English, yes, but also opportunities to practice presence, to practice kindness toward yourself, to practice living intentionally.
And maybe that's the real lesson here. Language is a tool, but what really matters is how we use it to connect to others, to ourselves, to this moment right now.
So tomorrow, when you wake up and someone asks, "How's your day going?" you'll have the English to answer.
But more importantly, you'll have the awareness to know how your day is going, and that's powerful.
Thank you for being here with us today.
And remember, every day is a new chance to practice both your English and your life.
We'll see you in the next episode.
And that brings us to the end of today's episode.
But before you go, we have a few things we want to share with you. Ways you can keep practicing and growing your English.
Yes, because your journey doesn't end here. In fact, this is just the beginning.
So, here's your first challenge. Today, before you go to bed, describe your day out loud in English.
It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be long. Just try.
You can say, "Today, I woke up at 7. I had coffee for breakfast. I went to work. I talked with my friend at lunch."
Simple sentences. But when you say them, you're training your brain to think in English naturally.
And if you want, you can even record yourself on your phone and listen back. You'll be surprised how much you already know.
So that's challenge number 1. Tell your day in English today.
Now, we know some of you want to practice even more, and we've got you covered.
We've created a free PDF guide just for this episode. Inside, you'll find comprehension questions to test your understanding, grammar exercises based on today's phrases, vocabulary practice with fill-in-the-blank activities, and a full transcript of this episode.
This PDF is designed to help you go deeper. You can print it out, write on it, and really make this lesson yours.
And the best part, it's completely free. Just click the link in the description below and you can download it right now.
So, if you're serious about improving your English, grab that PDF. It's a powerful tool.
And here's something else we'd love. We want to hear from you.
Yes, in the comments below, tell us, what's your favorite part of the day and why?
Maybe it's your morning coffee. Maybe it's the moment you get home and see your family. Maybe it's that quiet time right before you sleep.
Whatever it is, share it with us in English, even if it's just one sentence. We read every comment, and we love hearing your stories.
And who knows, maybe your story will inspire someone else in our community. Like, share, and save.
And if you enjoyed today's episode, and we hope you did, please subscribe to Mindful English Lessons.
When you subscribe, you'll never miss a new episode. And we release new content every week to help you grow your English in a natural, enjoyable way.
You can also hit the like button. It really helps us reach more learners like you.
And here's something important. Save this video, bookmark it, keep it in your playlist, because this is the kind of lesson you can come back to again and again for daily practice.
Yes. Every time you practice describing your day, you're building fluency. So save this video and use it as your daily English workout.
And if you know someone who's learning English, a friend, a family member, a colleague, share this episode with them.
Because learning is better when we do it together.
Before we say goodbye, we want to leave you with one final thought.
Learning English is a journey. Some days will feel easy, some days will feel hard, and that's okay.
What matters is that you keep showing up, keep practicing, keep being curious.
Because every time you describe your day in English, every time you speak, even just one sentence, you're growing.
You're becoming more confident, more fluent, more yourself in a new language.
And we're so proud of you for being here.
So keep going, keep learning, and remember, we're right here with you every step of the way.
All right, that's all for today's episode of Mindful English Lessons.
Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you in the next one.
Until then, keep practicing, keep growing, and keep leaping forward.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.